positive thinking as backchat. In fact, it's actually brainwashing, because in all your positive thinking scenarios, you are trained to only self-talk the positive and to disregard the negative, and the positive self-talk is not based on physical reality feedback, it's based on desire, hope and want projections. So therefore it is not in the context of how things operate within this physical reality, and disregard the basic rules of physicality and society and humanity, and therefore it becomes in itself a form of demon possession that you are creating through the continuous feeding of the construct with positive energy. You are creating the entity that end up possessing you, where you then are unable to hear when things are going wrong, and by the time you find out that things are going wrong in the world, you are ill prepared to handle it, where you could have stopped it if you were aware of the actual points. So therefore, understand the way the world works, and this started a long time ago with the law of attraction, and especially the positive thinking gurus that entered the world. From that time on, you must go and do your research and have a look how the amount of people that lives on the poverty line has grown ever since the introduction of positive thinking. You'll be astounded to see that things has gone from bad to worse. And although you have an apparent progress, the progress occurs at the cost of human life and physical debasement of this physical reality. Have a look and investigate for yourself what happens if you start with positive sweet talk to yourself. Have a look how you then create a fake identity based on this positive feelings, and how you start to disregard the practical implications of our current economic system and our current world system, and you only focus on your own happiness. It is delusional, and it is very dangerous, not only for yourself, but for the whole of humanity. And we ask you to reconsider your considerations that is based on self-talk, backchat, that is positive and that disregards the actual reality. Because then you are unable to consider that there could be other ways of changing the reality problem, and that the other ways could also make you happy, much more happy than you are now, and then you don't have to self-talk yourself into delusion. So please, investigate what we say at Destiny. Consider and investigate the Destiny I process. Consider and investigate the equal money system. Be sure no one will have an excuse as we tumble down to the ultimate delusion and destruction of our hoped-for realities. And unfortunately, because of the nature of positive thinking, backchat, and self-talk, those trapped in those white light worker delusions, love delusions, will only find out the folly of their living expression when it's too late. And that is really not necessary, because it can be prevented, which indicate that it is by your own will that you are bringing about your demise, and you will not be able to blame anyone else, because you had been forewarned that there is a problem. Yet by your own will you have refused to consider it. It indicates that you are brainwashed because you cannot consider common sense reason. You only are looking at your self-interest. It shows the level of your separation as well. So please consider, slow down, breathe for a moment. Say aloud, I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to become possessed by my hopes and desires for a life of happiness without considering how it will influence everything else on earth. And I undertake to investigate into the absolute, what is best for all in every way, and to adhere to that in every way. I commit myself to life in a way expressed where no life suffer and all life is equal. Say that aloud so that you can hear yourself and feel how that feels.
If you're not the key, stop this fable, tell me who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna